Hey guys, I'm Tanya from We Love Baking. Today we're going to make a delicious chocolate hazelnut tart. I'll show you how to make hazelnut pâte sucrée, hazelnut cream filling, and chocolate ganache. Let's start with the hazelnut pâte sucrée because we'll have to chill it for a while. Place the butter in a large bowl and press it against the sides of the bowl with a spatula to make sure it's soft enough. Add the powdered sugar and mix with a spatula until combined and creamy. Then mix in the ground hazelnuts and salt. Add the egg and briefly whisk to combine. Now pour the flour into the bowl and using the spatula or bench scraper, cut through the dough in small repetitive vertical movements like I'm doing here. The dough will slowly come together. It's ready when you can gather it into a ball. Transfer to a large piece of parchment paper and flatten into a rectangle with your hands. Top with another large piece of parchment paper. Roll out the dough into a 28 cm circle, 11 inch, about 3 mm thick. Make sure the parchment paper isn't creased so the surface is smooth. The dough will be quite sticky now, so we should chill it before lining the tart pan. You should be able to easily peel off the parchment paper and the dough should be flexible. If it's very stiff, it's too cold and it will start to crack. Line a 23 cm, 9 inch tart pan with dough. Press the dough into the corners of the pan and onto the sides. Cut off excess dough with a rolling pin. Break the bottom and sides of the dough and chill once more so the dough keeps its shape during baking. Bake until the crust feels dry and the edges of the tart are just starting to brown. Then cool down on a wire rack while you prepare the hazelnut cream. Place the hazelnuts and sugar in a small food processor bowl and mix until powdery. Don't mix for too long though, so it doesn't form a paste. Add the softened butter and briefly mix to combine. Then mix in the egg and praline paste just until combined. The recipe for homemade praline paste is included in the full tart recipe linked in the description below. Pour into the tart crust, which has slightly cooled down now, and spread the cream evenly with a spoon. Then return the filled tart to the oven and bake until golden and puffed up. You'll have to wait for it to cool down completely before you can top it with chocolate ganache. For the chocolate ganache, melt the chocolate in the microwave, then add hot heavy cream in 3 additions, stirring until smooth. Add softened butter and stir until incorporated. Just make sure the butter is cut into small pieces and softened before adding it to the ganache. Now we're going to pour the ganache into a large container so it cools down quickly. I like to strain it to make sure it's completely smooth. Press a piece of parchment paper on the surface and let it cool down at room temperature for about 10 minutes. Then chill until thickened, but not too firm. This will take about 30 minutes. You should be able to easily scoop the ganache and it should hold its shape. Fill a piping bag fitted with a piping tip with ganache. I use a large round piping tip. Then unmold the tart, place it on a serving platter and decorate as desired. I'm piping dots of ganache all over the surface of the hazelnut cream. But if you don't feel like piping, you can just spread the ganache with a spoon and call it a day. And there you have it, a delicious chocolate hazelnut tart. My kids will usually devour it as soon as I finish piping the ganache, but you can keep it in the fridge and bring it to room temperature before serving. Enjoy!